having technical difficulties today?
Man, I went for a bike ride with my son, and now I am just like everything's all up in the air right
I
now.
can barely hear you, man.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's like your mic is low.
Let me test it out here.
Yesterday was mine.
How about now? Can you hear it?
I can hear you. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Let's turn it up a little bit. Okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another animation process. What was it? 3 minutes into the show, and they're finally getting the intro going here. Hey, we did a lot of progress yesterday, or Benny did, with rigging the emotions on the character.
It's not a lot of progress, but it's progress.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. So what are we doing today, my friend? Oh, I should introduce you. This is Benny Jordan, famous artist on
Famous.
Shadowhunters, Zombie Outlaw, and, of course, famous animator. You see him all over the place, but mostly you see him here.
Here. Mostly. Oh.
Great to have you. I'm Jason Dube, comic book artist and publisher, and we are here today to show you the animation process as we create an animation of our own.
Our animation process.
What'd I say?
It's not the yet.
Nita, what's up? She says, hey guys. Nita is amazing. If you don't know Nita yet, she is the mastermind behind Indie Comics Network. And she basically rules YouTube with comic book creators and basically independent artists.
Nice.
She's a very big supporter of Scattered Comics, supporter of my art and comics, and now she's a supporter here. So welcome, Nita.
Welcome. All right. So, Jason, let me share my screen. I did a little
yeah, show me what you got there.
Did a little touch up on your work.
Oh, sweet.
Not really touch up, but added to it. So I don't want to
make you small.
Okay.
I'm gonna make me small.
I'll share. There's my screen here.
Wow, I'm way small. What happened? Let me make myself a little bit bigger. Good lord. Everybody wants to see me. Just kidding. Nobody wants to see me. Let me put up a banner. I guess I'm just gonna put this up. Character expressions in MoHo.
No, we're not doing expressions. We're not doing expressions at all.
All right. Well, what are we doing?
Today we are going to be well.
Oh, this is looking sick.
Yeah. Well, obviously, to your work, you didn't have the what is that?
Can't even scaffolding.
Yeah. Well, this little balcony, this metal balcony with the ladder. You didn't have that in there, so although it was in the file, I added it in. But what I've done is I've done this, taken that out, added that in, and added that in, and added that in. And the idea is this little background here.
Yeah.
As this scrolls, this background, this little side here. So, not like that. It'll kind of go like that.
Oh, you get the perspective as he moves. That's really cool.
It's kind of fake perspective, right? So it'll just be slight. So
that's really cool. You're gonna and then you'll just tie it in like what do you call that? You link it to the movement of the as it scrolls by, so it does it by itself, or are you gonna actually have to?
No. I will have to keyframe that.
You'll have to keyframe that.
I'll have to keyframe that. Yeah.
You know, I was hoping for as a shortcut. That looks good. I'm gonna zoom in some more. I want to see this.
Yeah.
We're gonna go across this real quick, so I can see this.
And the way these backgrounds are created, we've got this little brick pillar or this concrete pillar on each side. So these are actually half of one pillar, right? So if I create a new file with different decorations and whatnot to fill this wall, I start it over on the right side. So when I link it, this matches up with this. So it's like the seamless seam,
Right. It'll be seamless.
Yeah.
And I know you already have another piece. Did we already show the other one that you did?
Which other one?
You did a wall set as well.
I didn't. I don't have it on this computer. I have it on my iPad, I believe. But I am working on. Do I have that? Let me see. File open, and you get to see all my junk here.
Look at all the junk.
Yeah, I don't have it in here. Next week I'll have those others on this computer. So
all right,
take a look. So I'm currently working on the front of the hub, the bar that he's going to go into.
Nice. Now I did do that poster using your silhouette of the dame that you created, but I didn't want to screw up the story because she's supposed to be a new person coming in.
Doesn't matter.
So it's so faint though, you don't really can tell. Yeah. I don't know. There might be a backstory there. Who knows?
It could be now introducing. So
yeah,
it's okay. It's all right.
So
I also did. I added a little bit of texture onto your posters here, and
I knew you'd.
Yeah, some gradients, and then put a little tear down here. So, but yeah, that's that. So yesterday we worked on Hudson Grimes, and we did. Let me get onto the bone layer.
Hold on, I gotta resize your thing.
Okay. Well, we did all these little mouth expressions, right? So he has all these mouth expressions, and one thing that worked for us, ooh, I like that, was as I stated yesterday, when working with several different bones on one shape, you're going to have issues with certain curves and whatnot. Right. So we did have an issue with that, but it was an issue that worked for us, which is this mouth shape here, this mouth fused mouth shape.
I call that the peanuts thing. Yeah. I always see like Linus or Charlie Brown making that.
So we were able to work this out. Now, before the stream today, I did do one other thing. And so the hat, in fact, I see something I'm going to have to fix here. The hat was on the face background layer. All right.
Okay.
So I took those, and let me fix this here. That back. Yeah. And I took them and put the hat front or the hat back, which is what's highlighted here, on its own layer under the face background. And I did the hat front, which is this piece, and the top of the hat above the face layer. And I'll explain why I do that in just 1 second. I want to fix this here. Oops, Control Z. What I do here? Fix that. C. And I'm going to bring up this curve a little bit right there, just so
it connects a little better.
Yeah. And the reason I did that is because I'm going to have to shade. I'm going to have to shade, right? I'm going to have to do a shadow on the face, which is from the hat. And so I want to be able to do that with a liquid shade. Or no.
Can you zoom in on that corner one more time?
Yeah.
Because it looked like it wasn't quite connected still.
It's connected. It just...
Is that
here?
There. Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's like I had to fix up all your background you made, and now you're
no.
picking my little...
I didn't fix anything. I didn't fix anything you did.
It looked good.
I just worked with you on it.
I knew you'd touch it up. I said, do your thing, because I know you can make it so that it blends with everything else.
Okay. Well, I did that.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So the reason I put that on its own layer is because I'm going to build some shadows before I move on to doing the body. So that's what we're going to do today. Is I'm going to add some shadows, and we're going to work on want to see what we can do here. So instead of using liquid shapes, which is, you know, it's a way of masking. Like you see this whole shape right here is a liquid shape, and it's masked inside the head shape by making it a liquid shape and choosing this clip right here, this clip option.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do for the face is I'm going to actually put it in its own folder. Okay.
Sorry,
And
guys. If you guys can't see what he's doing, I'm gonna move this over real quick.
so I've put the face background in its own folder, and I'm going to double click on that. I'm going to go to masking. I'm going to go hide all, and I'm going to hit OK. All right. Now here, I'm going to create a new vector layer, and let's see here. How do I want? Oh, I'm going to double click it. I'm going to go to masking, and I'm going to, let's see here.
I'm trying to follow your.
Yeah,
you got me running around here.
Well, I'm trying to think. I haven't done it this way in a while, but I want to do it this way. Okay, so face background. So everything in this layer 4 folder is going to be masked onto the bottom layer, right?
Okay.
So
layer 4 is what?
Layer 4 is a group. It's the group that the face background is in.
Okay.
Right? So in fact, I'm going to rename this face background, just so I know.
All right. Perfect.
All right. So now, if I can remember properly, because as I've stated before, I am still learning MoHo. I'm going to test this out with just that. I'm going to choose I rarely shade with black. I usually do like a dark blue. Why? I think it adds just a little bit of something to the color shading. And I want to, let's see here. How do I want to make, there we go, blending mode. I'm going to put that to multiply. Now, before I do anything, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to create a new vector layer. And all I'm going to do is create that shape with no stroke. And that's that. That there, I don't know, you can't see what I'm doing on the screen.
Oh, are you at the top?
I'm in my working area.
Oh.
Just get the main thing on the screen. Come on,
All
Jason.
right.
So I've created this shape here. And the reason for that is that's going to be my shading color. And so that's just a color swatch that I'm going to pick from. There are other ways to do it, I'm sure, but like something over in styles and whatnot, I am not at that skill level yet. I don't know that. So I just keep it here. So I'm going to go back down to my face background folder, go on to layer 2, and I'm going to change it to shading. All right. And now I'm going to choose my freehand tool, and we're just going to,
freehand tool.
Yeah, I'm going to look at my shading here. Okay, so we're going to do something like this. Oh, wait, 1 second here. I want to multi-stroke, take out stroke. I want to auto-fill. Okay, so we're going to do this. And this, and I think that. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so let's adjust this now. All right, so
you're adding shadows right now.
I am. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into shading. I'm going to adjust that opacity down quite a bit. to about there, I think. That's for maybe about 15. That's good. So now, as always, with the freehand tool, it always lays out more points than I really want. So I'm going to go through and delete them with my transform. I know it is transform point, right? Yeah, transform point tool, delete. And then adjust my curves as needed. There. I can bring this down. There.
Is that you?
Yeah, that was mine. Okay, there. Let's bring this down to there and adjust that curve.
Bless you.
Oh, Lord.
Bless you. Must be the
Thank you. Thank you.
dogs.
Yeah, you'll hear him. As soon as my wife gets home, you'll hear him. Okay, I'm going to take this here and adjust the curve. There. Let's see here. I want that. Oh, that goes there. That's good. Do I need that? Delete. Do I need that? Delete. I can work with the curve. Okay. And I think that's okay. Yeah. I'm going to take this here, here, there. So that shape is actually a mask, right? I'm going to take that. I want that ear kind of half shaded there. Okay, so that's what we have there. Now, my style, my natural style is more graphic novel, so I would usually go through and add, like, well, I might add a shape under the nose, but like little shapes here, or little shadow here, little shadow on the chin, and all that. But I don't want to do that for this because we're animating. The more points you have, the more
Yeah.
shapes you
I
have.
was gonna say you want to keep it simple.
Yeah. Now, I want to do something different on this one. This one was a masked layer, right? So now I'm going to go back to my face background. All right.
Yeah, hold on. Let me zoom in over there for you.
Don't worry about it. Just now. I'm coming back. I'm going to choose my create shape tool. All right, and it's on, what is that? What do they call that? Oval.
Oval.
Sometimes they call it ellipse or circle. I'm just going to do that, and then select my shape. Take the stroke off, and then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to change the alpha to 15 to match the other shading, and then let's zoom in here. Escape. Choose that, and let me turn that back on. And then I'm going to adjust this here. All right, and I think that's okay. Now, the thing is, do I want this to be under the nose, or do I want the bottom of the nose to be slightly shaded? I'm gonna slightly shade the bottom of the nose, which means I'm gonna come up here, and there.
What's up, Head Ninja's here? He says, "Hey guys,
how's it going?"
Good to see you again, Head Ninja. We're adding shadows to the character.
Actually, the shadow should be cast this way a little more. And I don't want it too much, but I think that's okay. Let's take a look here. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. I'm okay with that. And do I want to put shadows on the hat? I might put a shadow on there, but that's about it. So I'm going to do the same thing for the hat. It's going to be a liquid shape as opposed to having to put it in a group and then mask the shadow. So let's create a shape. I think I can just do it with another circle. And we're going to put on, that's the hat front. Okay, and I'm going to do that. Take the stroke off. All right, and that. Okay, let's see. Escape. It is slightly different. The color is slightly different only because I don't have it as a multiplied layer, whereas this shading layer is, but it's not. It doesn't make much difference. So, do I want to keep that shape? I mean that. You know, let's just do this. I'm gonna do this. No, yeah, I am. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna select a darker shade. Okay, I'll put that there. I'm just gonna select a darker brown and bring down the opacity to I think 15. And let's try this, because the blue against the brown dulls it. I don't want it to be dull, so let's do this again. Cancel. Let's take that. Okay, and do that.
What happened?
Do I want to do that? Yeah, okay. All right, so now I may have to make two different shadows because the band's going around it, but we'll see. I'm going to take that, make it a liquid shape, and then it's still selected. It's just being masked onto a different shape. So there. Let's see here. Let's see how that looks. I want to bring up the alpha a little bit.
No, what do you mean you're bringing it up?
So over in the color picker here,
Yeah.
the alpha, that's basically the opacity of this color.
Okay, opacity. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm not changing the opacity. I'm changing the alpha. The alpha. Technically, it is the opacity. If it were on a layer, and it would be the opacity of the layer. But I'm changing the alpha of the color. So let's see if I can do that. Okay. Let's change it. Let's see if I move it all the way up. Okay. Escape. You know, I'm going to keep it at that. I'm not going to worry about the band. I'm not going to put a shadow on the band. I don't think it's needed. It's just one extra item to have to animate, and I'm okay with this right here. So adds just a little bit of depth, so I'm okay with that. Okay.
It looks great.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep this here because if I'm going to mask other layers for shading, I want to be able to choose this color easily.
Okay, so that's going to be your shadow color.
Yes, on a multiplied layer. Now, if I'm making a shadow or creating a shape as a liquid shape and then having it clip to the shape beneath it, well, then I'm going to have to play around with the color a little bit. But if I'm choosing a whole layer and using one layer as a shadow masking it, then I'll multiply it, bring down the opacity. All right, so next step is, I think I'm going to create the torso. And the torso is going to consist of the neck, the main body here down to the crotch, and the vest, the tie, the collar will be separate. So that's our next step. All right, and let's see here. I'm going to start with, I think I'll start with the neck. So we're going to create a new group over here. And I will call this body. I'm going to put that beneath the head. So now, inside that, I'm going to create a new vector. And we're going to call this torso. Now, in this body group, we'll have the torso, the arms, the hands, the legs, and whatnot. So it won't just be on the torso layer. And with the neck, I think we can just simply do a rectangle shape, but I want to make sure I have my correct color chosen. I want to make sure I have the correct brush chosen. And I think I'm gonna do it at about maybe at 4 point, and we'll see how that works. So all I'm gonna do is that. I think I'm gonna go back up to 6. Okay, there. Now for this body layer, I want to bring down the opacity a little bit because I want to be able to see my lines underneath. All right. So let's play with the points. Escape. Where are you here? Move that there. Move this. I want to move this down this way. And there. There. Okay. I think that's okay. And escape. I'm going to adjust the curves because I like. Let's just do this. Let's hide the head. Here. Adjust curves. Not that. And again, the curve tool is just your C button. And if I'm right now, I'm holding down Alt so I can move these individually. If I don't, it's going to move everything. All both those. Which I don't know why it's not doing that. I said it. Okay. Let's do that. Bring that down just because I like to have rounded. I think that's fine right there. Okay. Now I'm going to do just the widths of these. There, and there. Okay. I think my wife's home. Hear the dogs and hear the garbage cans being brought in. All right, so bring back the head. There we go. And now I'm going to do this, his 5 o'clock shadow on his neck, which is the same color as this. Though I might make it a little slightly darker. I could make it that color, and it would save me from having to shade it. But I'm going to shade the neck anyway, so I'm just going to keep it this color here. And I'm just going to do that with a circle shape. I'm still on the torso layer. Wrong shape. Okay. And let's bring that down here, 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 there. Hey, I'm in the live stream right now.
You didn't tell me that.
It's okay.
What days are you doing?
Mondays and Tuesdays.
Hi, Rich. Hi.
My wife's name is Nicole. My daughter's name is Emery.
I didn't know if I was supposed to say it.
It doesn't matter. All right. So I'm going to select the shape.
Hi, Benny's wife.
Yeah.
She's like, why is he calling me that?
Yeah. And I want that.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Good. Welcome back from work.
Thank you. Sorry for bugging you guys.
No bug.
Is Benny making tacos tonight?
We made tacos last night.
Yesterday.
It's Tuesday. You have to make them on Tuesday. I made Philly cheese last night. I'm making the tacos tonight.
You made what last night?
You can go out.
Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I want to adjust that a little more. Okay.
Dang it, dogs. No. Hey, go see.
All we need now is for the washing machine to start up. And
It's not going.
It's not the trifecta.
Okay. All right. So there's our neck with the his 5 o'clock shadow growing down onto his neck.
Very nice.
I often have.
I didn't realize it when he had it like that before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So.
Oh, I gotta get better on the comments here. Phil Leon's in the chat over on Facebook. He says, "Heyo, sup everybody? Phil is the man." Another great comic book artist.
I do not know Phil. Do not know Phil. Okay, so I'm going to bring down my opacity again so I can see what I'm doing. And now that I see that, okay, I'm going to take that point up a little bit. there. All right, and let's see here. I think because a lot of the time on this is spent problem solving and figuring out how you're going to layer these things. But if you see the collar shape here,
Yeah.
and how the neck comes down here, then it would show underneath this collar. So what I'm going to do actually is, instead of making this collar like a hole, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the shape of the neck. I'm going to add a point.
You're going to make it be the V?
I am. I'm going to take out the curve. There. There. Move these up. There. And I think there. And then move that there. So now all I have to do is, I want to actually adjust the width on that now.
Is that so you don't have to have the collar be behind and in front?
Correct. So now the collar will just be behind.
Right.
Right? Okay. There's a little curve there I don't like. Let's see. Let's zoom in there.
And then everybody will know that's watching this that that neck is actually in front.
Yeah. It's laying right on top there. Okay. So let's grab the color of that neck, or that collar. Let's do that. Okay. And let's see. I'm just going to freehand this collar with my freehand tool. And the button is F. Start right here. Oop.
Freehand tool.
Yep. Yeah.
Or F.
I'm going to choose multi-stroke, auto fill.
Where's the autofill?
You'll see in a minute. Okay. There. Now, let's take a look at how many points I want to delete now. So I know I don't need this. All right. I think I'll keep that. And do I want that? Yeah, I want that to be a hard point right there. That can be gone. That can be gone. That can be gone. That can be gone. All that can be gone. Okay, so now I can just fine tune that, and see there, there. Let's, oops. Two. Oh, that could be gone. Got an extra point there. There, there, there. Let's see. Let's get this curve here. That curve there. I think I want to bring this down a little bit. There. There. Okay. Now I'm going to adjust the widths. The widths. So I can get a proper width on that. And one more thing. Do I want to curve that slightly? Give that some. Okay. Now all I have to do is take this. I'm going to move that down below the neck by hitting my down arrow. There we go. Okay. Now, I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make just a darker shape in here. So on top of that. So I think I'm just going to make a circle. Get back onto my torso. Shapes. Don't need the stroke. And I think I'm just going to use a black. Oh, cancel. Control Z. What am I doing here? Okay. Escape. Oh, shoot. I had my shape selected. I want my stroke back. Okay. Escape. There we go. Now, let's select that. Delete. Okay. Now, go up to that. Make sure that I'm going to bring down. I don't want the stroke on this. So take off auto stroke and there. I'm going to change the color of that to black. Okay. Actually, you know what? I do want auto stroke on that. I want the stroke on there because I want that brush shape. But we're going to bring it down a little bit. Okay. And let's delete some points. I think we only need 3 points for that. So let's see. I don't need that. Delete. Take that up there. Take that up there. Move this right about there and adjust the curves. Sorry. Just that. And I think that will give us what we want there. So let's select that shape now and move that down below the neck, underneath the neck. There. So if I bring this back up to 100%, that's what we have. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, it works. Although I think I might want a little bit of curve on that neck. So let's choose that, C, there, and there. Just a slight curve. Yeah, that works. Okay. What do we got in the chat? Anything?
There's so many layers.
Yeah.
To this character.
Well, no. There are a lot of shapes, not so many layers.
Yeah, but I know you're gonna do. You're gonna animate the tie. You're gonna animate the vest.
Well, yeah, they're going to be separate shapes, and if I do want them to animate, I haven't learned how yet, but we will be doing that through this process. MoHo
But it makes sense. He's the main character, so it makes sense that he's going to have the most stuff going on.
Yeah. So, but like things like his tie, you can apply physics to it. You can apply gravity. You can even apply a wind. If I wanted his tie to be blowing in the wind constantly, I could apply that. I could change the direction of the wind. I can say it's going to blow this way at this time and this way at this time. I mean, there's so many things you can do with MoHo that I don't know yet. But through this process, I'm hoping to learn that stuff. Not that I want his tie blowing in the wind all the time, but he may be in like a blizzard at one point. I don't know. In New Purg.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. Now, I think, let's go ahead and create the tie. So I'm thinking of the layers I want to do. So the tie is going to be under the collar. All right. I don't need to make it a whole curve around. Okay. And then I'm going to do, after I do the tie, I'm going to do the main torso here. And then we'll put this shape on top and then another shape behind for the vest. And that way, when I do the arms, this time I'm gonna do the arms on a separate layer. On Whiskey Jack, I did the arms on the torso layer, but I'm gonna do separate layers for the arms, and they're just gonna be right on top of the torso layer. So let's go ahead and get this tie created. So I'm gonna choose that color for my main color. And I think I'm just going to freehand the tie. So let's zoom in here. All right. So I want to do, where do I want to start? I'm going to start here.
Very nice. I'm giving a shout out to Noel Serrato.
Nice.
He shared out the stream out on social media. So.
All right. Okay. So
appreciate it, brother.
Delete. Go through and delete the points I don't need. Now, because this tie is kind of bending, I want to have that bend there. And I don't need that because I can curve this. So I'm going to bring these up, bring that up. that should be good. Do I have other points down there? Ah, look at that. I have 3 points down here, 2 of which I do not need. So delete, delete. Perfect.
And that's just easy deletion. You just select the
Yeah,
point
with
and hit
my
delete.
transform point tool, I select the point and press delete.
Yeah.
All right. I always want to simplify it. Let's bring down the opacity of the torso again, so that I can see where. Okay, that's good. One thing I catch myself doing is with a lot of Adobe softwares, if you hit space, or even with like Clip Studio Paint, I hit space, it brings up my hand tool like this, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I'm hitting space right now, and moving it around. Okay. But the problem with that is space is also play on the timeline. So you don't see it now, but my timeline cursor is moving. So I find myself every now and then hitting that and then making a change.
Oh, and
And
then
you
it
got to
ends up
remember,
being
you have
going.
to be on frame 0 whenever you're doing any
Right.
editing or creating. Otherwise, you're animating. You're creating a keyframe, and that's not what we want to do right now.
Not
So
yet.
yeah, so I always have to double check that. Oftentimes, I have to redo the whole thing. But I do have on my pen the hotkey for the the hand tool or move, whatever it is. So I can just do that without having to hit the space. I just have to remember that. All right, so let's go back up to my freehand tool, and we're going to create this. And I'm just going to take that shape, move it down below. Boop. There we go. And then I'm going to do this, my freehand tool again. Escape from there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring that all the way down like that. And that one looks horrible. I know there's a lot of points on there. Let's see. Yeah. So, I mean, I was going to delete the whole shape and do it with a rectangle, but I might as well just go through and delete the shapes I don't want, or the points I don't want. There. Okay, so now take that there, and I'm going to move this down, not just below the tie, but below the collar. All right, and I think I'm going to duplicate it, Control C, Control V, and then up top here, I've got my shape selected. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this flip horizontally, right? And that's going to move it over. And this one I'm going to keep on top. And let's see, I'm going to take this down here. That's where I want to rotate it from. And like so. But I do want that to be below the collar. So we might have to play with where my shapes are.
Is there a key that you can select like a shape and then say move to top or something?
There probably is. Let's see. If I select this shape, and I don't know. I don't know yet. I know there is, but I don't know what it is yet.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
I find when I'm doing a ton of layers in like InDesign, they have the things where you can move to top, move to bottom.
Yeah. I'm sure there is, but I don't know that yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. So, got that. I want to move these here, move that there, and I want that to be a little curve. So, let's just curve that, and then I want this to be a little wider, just like so. And I'm okay with that. And I want to put a little crease, a little fold in the knot there. So I'm just going to go to my freehand tool. I'm going to take off autofill. I'm going to take a multi-stroke first. All right, so now it's just on auto stroke. and just do whoop. That should be fine. Let's adjust the width a little bit. And when I make curves, as I stated last time, I do like them to have 3 points. That way, if I do adjust the widths, if you only have it auto snapped to that line, so now that's just part of that line.
Oh,
In some cases, that's good. I don't want that right now, so I'm just going to Control Z again. There. Make sure here. I'm going to put it right.
wouldn't it be helpful to have it part of that?
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes it messes things up. So where's my auto weld? That's what I want off there. So, but if I do that and I hit enter, then it would do that. You know, I like to be able to choose when it does it.
I gotcha.
That's not what I want. So, actually, is it? Let's see. No, because it brings that whole thing to the front. So I'm just going to keep it as is. That's all I want there. I'm going to do the same thing down here. Stroke, stroke. Because that tie is resting against his belly, so it's coming out a little bit. So let's zoom in. But as you see, now here's a good example. I can show you what happens. So if I adjust the width now, like if I want these ends to come to a point,
right?
So that's going to come to a point. That's going to come to a point, right?
Oh.
But I have no thickness in the middle,
right?
So that's why I say when I do little curves like that, I like to have a little point in the middle. Then I can just adjust that curve a little bit there, and now I can adjust the width there.
You still have the thickness in the middle.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. A for add point. C, I'm gonna adjust that curve a little bit. Adjust that curve. Make sure I don't flip them. Do that, and then W for adjusting the width. That's too fat, so I just want that and like that. Zoom out a little bit, and there we go. Oh, one of the damn dogs wants out. I'll be right back. Okay, Rosie, come on.
Okay, so what we've been doing, if for those that are just tuning in, we are continuing with the construction of the body of the character that we are animating for the animation Welcome to Purg. Right now, Benny is using different shapes to create the parts that he can animate. Okay, he's here.
You can animate anything on this. I don't like the thickness of that tie there. So I'm going to adjust width. Let's come up here. I want a little more variation on this, right? Boy, there's a lot of points on that. So I'm going to take out some of those points. Delete. I don't need them. Delete. And then I can just bring that down, and technically I could do that with 1 point. So let's do it. C. Voila. There we go. Okay. Now, one other thing I'm looking at is this curve here. I think I want this to go this way. This to go this way a little more. Even though it's not like that on the drawing, I think I'm okay with that. Okay. So we got the collar. We've got, sorry about the dogs barking.
Hey, doggy.
Yeah. We've got the tie. So let's go ahead and create the main torso here, the shirt part. Okay. And usually what I would do is I would probably create the torso and the pelvic area in one shape, and then just have this shape masked onto it. But I want a little more deviation here between the belly and the hips. So I think we're gonna do that with, first of all, I want to make sure I got the proper color chosen here for my shape. There. All right. So we're just going to do that with, I think, a rectangle. Okay. Make sure I have my shape chosen so I can put my stroke back on that and bring that up. 5. I usually do it about 6 and then adjust from there. Okay. Now I know I only have 4 points on that, so now I will probably end up adding points as opposed to taking away. But let's get where I want them first. Here. I think there. And probably here. I'm going to bring this down below the pants. There. Okay. Now I'm going to adjust my curves, which is C.
C for curves.
Now, here is where, so this back part, I don't need any points really. But
yeah.
I am going to add a point here. And the reason for that is the spine, your spine isn't a single piece. It does curve a little bit. So when I create the bones for this torso part, it's going to be in one bone and one bone so that I can animate a curve a little more. So, and if I know there's going to be a joint, I want to try and put 2 points opposite each other. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to add point here and there. That way I can bring this in. And then this one I'll just curve out slightly to smooth it out. So you'll see this, you'll see where that point is, but you won't necessarily see where that other one. And I was thinking I might need one there, but I think I can do that with a curve. Get that. I want that to be a little more. It makes that noise when I change from curve to transform point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to round this out just because I like rounded things better. And then here, I think we'll do that. Round that out slightly. Round this one out slightly. And I think that's good. So now we want to move this down below the other shapes. And that's just select shape tool and arrow down. And I think I am all the way down. So escape. Now I'm just going to adjust my widths. One thing I don't think I went over is you have the ability to hide a stroke, and it's with this tool here, hide edge tool, and the hotkey is H, and all you do is between 2 points, you just swipe across it, and it's hidden that point. So, because I don't really need that, so I just thought I'd use that to demonstrate. And I'm really not going to need that one there, but I'm going to keep it because, just because. And I do want this one to be a little thicker because it's going to be under this part of the vest here. So
yeah,
I think that's okay. All right.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So now I'm going to create this section here. Now I might need to play around with the shape as he walks. I mean, his butt looks a little square back here, but we're just gonna go with it. So square, might as well just do it with a square, and I want to make sure I have the proper color chosen here. And we are going to, what was that? 5 minutes? You could have just told me.
I was trying to.
All right. So let's create that. Select the shape so I can add my stroke back onto it.
You're trying to be sly.
Now let's see here. I think we can do this in 5 minutes. It's got an angle to it. That's there. And that's there. And there, and this one here, see, bring up this way, bring up this way, bring that down, bring up there, and I think,
I like how he has his pants all pulled up so high.
well, that's what they did. That's how they wore them back in the 40s. I mean, this doesn't necessarily take place in the 40s, but he is a 40s type character. Now,
Right.
I just need to bring that down underneath the tie. Got a few shapes to go under. There we go. Escape. And there. And then same thing. We're just going to get my freehand tool, F. What's our time? 2 minutes. Okay. Make sure I'm just on the stroke. 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 And there. Adjust the width. I'm not going to worry about points right now just because I want to get this done. Add it in. Actually, T. Delete. Delete. There. Width. And a little thickness down here, maybe. T. Delete. That. And we're going to bring torso back up to 100% so we can see what we got.
Nice. Yeah, he's coming along.
Yeah, there we go. I'm going to adjust the widths here real quick. There. This only has 4 points, so I know where the points are to adjust. I think that's good right there. Okay. All right. And I think that's going to do it for today.
Yeah, I think you did a lot. It's going quick now.
Yeah. Well, wait. You know, the time-consuming part is actually once we get into point binding to bones and then seeing the movements, then we have to start creating actions to correct the points when we move. So if I move my hand, if I move his arm this way, the points just don't flip around all over the place. So
Right.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I guess that. Do you have anything you want to plug, Benny?
No, just Mondays and Tuesdays at 4 Pacific time for welcome
For
to
the
Purg.
animation process.
Welcome to New Purg. Yep.
So the next live stream will be Friday, 4 p.m. We'll be doing some live drawing. It'll be me, Benny, and any of the artists from Scattered that wants to join. Or if you're an artist, DM me, and if you want to join along, we're gonna just all hang out and draw, basically. So thank you all for watching the animation process. I think this is part 5.
I'm not sure.
Rigging the character. But we're really moving along here. So thank you guys for joining us. Check out the links in the description below for any of the software that we're using here. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And we will see you guys on Friday.
See you later.
Peace.
And make sure to check out the Patreon.
Just want to thank everybody for watching it all the way to this point. If you can, like, share, subscribe, comment below.